Joe Buttons, you lying sack of shit. You done got there while I wasn't over you. Cut your bullshit out. Oh my God, I couldn't wait to say that.
People would be saying, how can they support the channel? Chiso by Chiso. I've got tops, got hoodies, I've got the Dragon Ball Z tees, like the Pain and Full Star tees. You lot can support, buy some of the merch. I'll be able to churn out more content. This one I'm just waiting by myself for the moment, and I'll bring out more colors. Please support. What's your thoughts on the current state of like New York hip hop?
Well, drill music is taking over. That's not a bad thing, though. That's cool. But New York is not really not living out their sound.
What do you mean by that? When you say their sound, doesn't sound evolve? Or do you say there should be an authentic sound to hip hop in that area?
I think it should be boom back futuristic. That's the evolve, but drill music is the most popular sound now. You know what I'm saying? Then you got like down south was taking over New York sound at one time. New York is not original. And then when you do be original, it'd be like, well, that's an old sound. They're not open-minded to the boom back futuristic. You know, they try to pigeonhole you. It's just not original. New York always been original.
So one of the godfathers of rap, so I'm going to call you, as one of the godfathers of rap.
Who?
Yourself, that's what I'll call you.
If I'm a godfather of rap, where's Melly Mel?
Yeah, man.
You're 30 years deep, so...
You're cemented, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you're cemented. If you're 30 years
for my
deep,
era, you're one of the godfathers of rap, fortunately. So I say, as one of the godfathers of rap, how do you navigate that? Do you feel that you need to adapt to the new culture to stay relevant? Because people don't know that you're still performing. You're still performing. People don't realize that.
They don't?
Some people don't.
I be rocking all the time. They ask me that sometimes too. You still rap? It's a Catholic?
Yeah.
So rap, you better Google me, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So how do you navigate that? Because when all these new, you said drill is sort of the current music now, and you said that sometimes if you don't adapt to it, they say you're like maybe an old head, or maybe you're hating on the young.
And the drill beats
The
they use
internet?
as well is that it's
the
like
internet.
the UK sound of the drill beats. That's why when you were saying that New York is not as authentic as it was, where New York would set the pace, whereas now the drill style they're using is not like the Chicago, it's the UK style beats that the New York guys,
Definitely.
Yeah. You gonna jump on a drill beat?
Yeah, I rap to any rhythm.
Yeah. Okay, even though you feel that it's not authentic to New York.
Well, is not authentic to the original sound of New York, but it's on the cutting edge, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's changed. New York is like
evolving,
but on the bandwagon.
And should rappers be able to express themselves in any way they feel? So, for instance, drill music predominantly, we can say is an expression of, or it's maybe a microcosm of what's happening in the real world. Meaning that if someone's rapping about maybe their friend that's passed away, or rapping about something that's happened to them, should someone be allowed to express their feelings on a beat, irrespective of what the message is? So let's say Gary has killed Tony. Should he be allowed to go on a beat and mention the fact that I am Gary, I've killed Tony, and we're now 2 up?
You can do whatever you want to do, but you got to suffer the consequences. That's admitting to murder. That's just the dumbest shit I ever heard. Now, if you put it in a story sense and change the name to protect the guilty, then that's different. But if you incriminating yourself, your ass is out of here. That's how they lock up people up in New York. They going around the corner, shooting each other, killing each other, and going to rap on beats. Police coming to get them. So that's the retarded.
Because obviously it's still your era now, but when you was maybe the age of maybe 18, 19, when you was rapping, is that what people did then? No.
What?
Or go on beats and basically just dry snitch on themselves?
Hell no. We tell stories of our life and things of that nature, but we never incriminate ourselves or our peoples. We can tell what will happen or what happens sometimes, but in a tasteful manner, telling a story not just police come and get me.
I like the way you mentioned a tasteful manner, meaning that there was some kind of a story to it, not just I killed you, I killed him, we're 2-1 up. There was, even though it doesn't change it, but at least there was some kind of a.
It's not creative.
There was more creativity surrounding it, not just.
And rappers is different than MCs.
Say that again, sorry?
Rappers are different than MCs.
Okay.
MCs move the crowd, master of ceremony. Rappers just rapping they sweet, like rapper candy.
Okay. And I guess you consider yourself as an MC. Okay. Because I'm learning a few things here. Hip hop is different to rap.
My words rap, they rhyme, but I'm a MC.
So basically a crowd controller.
Yeah. Master of ceremony. Move the crowd.
When growing up, obviously you joined the group with Redman, yourself, Eric Sermon, and who was Jamal?
Little Jamal. He used to be in a group called Illegal with Little Malik. Eric Sermon produced them, and he got I think it was a Grammy or one of them high prestigious awards. That's when I was first starting out. I could remember them on TV receiving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they formulated in Atlanta with Dallas Austin. But Malik went to the Death Row, and Jamal came to Death Squad.
Okay. And that was in what year was that? If you can remember.
Like
Was it
9, 7, 9, 8, 9, 6, 9, 7, 9, 8.
97, 98? I
96,
remember obviously you had your stint in prison. You came out. I remember you had your album.
That was before though.
Way before that. I know you got 5 mics, wasn't it?
I got like 4.5.
Was it 4.5 mics with the I think was it the Source?
Yeah.
Okay, and then obviously I know you got signed to Def Jam, and then obviously
I was on Jive first.
Jive. Okay.
But then when I went and did 3 years in jail in 98, 98, the beginning of 98, I felt like before I left though, I felt like my sales didn't meet my popularity.
Okay.
So I discussed with E, I wanted to get off. He was like, well, I don't think you could do that, Murray. So when I went to jail, I eventually had meetings and I chose Def Jam and they bought me out the contract.
The Jive contract.
The Jive.
Okay. And then you was with Def Jam, and then they decided now to. So at that point now, you feel your career is now going to skyrocket because you're with Def Jam, and then you got set back again.
I could do a little better than what my sales were. So I came out and they gave me $1 million advance and $1 million budget for 4 options.
So when you say $1 million advance, because sometimes people don't understand what that means. So that means
they advanced me $1 million.
So they gave you $1 million.
Yes.
As in, here you go, Keith. There's $1 million.
Signing bonus.
Okay, so that's just $1 million in your account. That's for you.
Right.
Now, as an artist, does the record label now need to recoup that $1 million advance, or how does it actually work?
Yeah. Any dollar they give you, they want to recoup.
Okay, and then once they've recouped that, is there like a split. Like a 80-20 split, 70-30 split, or what was it like in those days?
You get a certain percentage from what you negotiate.
Okay.
No two contracts are really basically the same. If you have bargaining power, you can demand certain things a person just walking in the door can't.
What do you think back then there was better contracts than now where people are getting trapped in like 360s?
Well, it all goes back to what you will go for and what you won't go for. If an artist feel a 360 deal will help him advance, then, more power to him. I can't say, well, that's not good for that person, because no two contracts are the same. And if he or she is willing to work enough that they're gonna be able to make a good living off the deal, then more power to them, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really say, but I know that the record label takes more from you on a 360.
Okay.
Opposed to just signing to your label and making a deal with them, or signing directly to them and getting a percentage from the contracts.
Yeah.
So what did you do with that first million? What was that? What did that feel like? Like you're at home, you're chilling, and you're just waiting for that money to hit your account. What did it feel like when the half of it landed or some of it landed? Because I'm assuming that was up until that point, that was the first time you had a substantial amount of legitimate money.
Well,
in your
not
palms.
necessarily. Well, yeah. Well, Jive, I got a substantial amount of money periodically.
Okay.
From shows and publishing, and I didn't recoup, but from publishing and shows, I was making a substantial amount of money at 20 years old. Okay. Then I was hustling in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So
at the same time.
But no, after. I had stopped hustling to become a professional recording artist.
Okay.
But I was making a lot of money in the street, like $1,000, $2,000 a day sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Out there selling drugs or whatever.
It must be hard to sort of stop and transition from the road.
It was.
It must be hard.
It was. I used to tell myself I'm not going to the block today, but I always used to find myself up there.
And what kept? I know it's gonna sound stupid, but is it the money that drew you back, or is it just
a habit?
I like the fact you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because not the money anymore, because you're making money from the music.
I really wasn't signed yet. Like, I was about to sign. I had the contract, I was reading it and stuff. And I was like, I'm not going back up there making it a habit. But I didn't even sell drugs. I just was going up there to hang out. Because I didn't want to get caught selling drugs and fuck up the contract.
Okay. Because a lot of the times in the UK, we have a lot of rappers who are signed and making money from music, but they still dibble and dabble in the streets and end up in prison whilst they're making legitimate money from music.
Enough.
And I always sit there and wonder, I've never been involved in it like that. So I've committed crimes, but not on that scale. And I always wonder, why is it so hard to transition when you're making legit money, but then the road is still calling you back?
Not enough. You know what I'm saying? Some people start out and their lifestyle is just, they develop the lifestyle that they gotta stay up with. So they figured, I can get this amount of money, I could get this amount of money. I could go quietly and make this illegal money and come back to this. But 9 times out of 10, it don't work out like that.
Obviously, when you was signed to Def Jam, obviously they dropped you at some point because allegedly they said that you was massaging someone's neck. Somebody had a neck problem.
Dude lied.
You was massaging, he had a neck
It was
problem,
a
so
dude
you
named
helped him
Sam.
out.
He lied.
Okay.
But in Texas, I used to look out for this dude named AV. He was the street promotion for Def Jam.
Okay.
Everywhere I went, even Manhattan, let him stay in my room, give him clothes, and he was in charge of the product.
Okay.
So we was on tour, and I never would see my product up. Every venue I go to or whatever, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Oh, it's coming in the mail, it's coming in the mail. So we did a crazy show one time, and he used to always talk like, what, whatever, we could shoot the 5, like, word. After the show, I seen him. Rap, 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 boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. And then LOD's kind of jumped in. And then, it was, he got beat up. Like, he got beat up by me. LOD didn't really do nothing but, like, just push him and stop him and like that. So I was watching Hot 97 and Joe Buttons told Ebro, oh, that was because of me. Joe Buttons, you lying sack of shit. You got there well I wasn't over you. Cut your bullshit out. Oh my God, I couldn't wait to say that. You lying. I saw his poster. I said, well, his posters is up. It was never over him. I just made a reference because I seen what I seen, and I'm killing shit. I'm tearing ass every night. No pause.
I was waiting for the pause. He said no pause.
Pause.
Oh, no pause.
I ain't from that pause era.
So,
no, I'm straight 100 man. I don't play that bullshit. I ain't got no chill button.
None of the Dipset era, yeah?
No pause.
That's like a Harlem thing sometimes. Some people say it now a lot, but people know I ain't with that.
Yeah.
I say what I mean what I say. So, he goes back to human resources and say, yo, he got beat up. And then Sam Crespo comes in with a neck brace. Mind you, I choked him 2-3 months ago.
Okay.
Just when I'm playing with him.
Pause.
Yeah. And then this girl who A&R'd, I picked her to be my A&R, was in the studio. I just flicked her hair like that. She said, "Did you hit me?" I just flicked your hair. All three of them went to Human Resources.
Okay.
To
They
get a
kind of
check.
ganged up against you to try and get you out.
Yeah,
were
well,
trying to
it
get paid.
worked.
Okay.
Because then Leo called me and said, "Yo, did you have a fight with them?" I didn't know it was the other two. I admitted to fighting AV,
Yeah.
but they went too. He didn't say it was them two.
Okay.
Sam and Jessica.
Sam was like 3 months ago anyway. It was a long time
And
ago.
Jessica, all I did was supposed to playing with her.
Yeah.
So our Human Resources told Leo that I had to go because they didn't want to deal with me. Leo and Kevin and Tina Davis signed me. I didn't know Leo and Kevin was going to Warner Brothers at that time.
Okay.
So then they let me go and I went independent. And then I came out with "That's Why You Loving Me, 'Cause Can't Nobody Do It Back" with Tyrese on Koch. One of my biggest records to this day. So one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah. Okay. So what did that? Because sometimes we don't understand some of the aftercare that's needed when these things happen. Like even sometimes footballers when they don't make it, basketball players when they get dropped, or for instance, at that time when you've gone independent, would you say that did you just think to yourself, you know what, F it, they've dropped me, I'm just gonna carry my thing, or did you actually sit at home one day and be like, damn,
Well,
did you feel you effed up?
well, I know that I did something that being young, living the life of Raleigh, I shouldn't have done. I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of it. But I used to go see this guy, right? I ain't gonna say his name, but he's like an uncle to us. And he's like a big business guy in the music industry. And he sat me down one day and he put something in my head and I was like, yo, damn, they got me for 5 years. Do I really want this? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was another side to the business now.
Yeah.
Then that happened. So all things happen for a reason. I'm not proud of it, but I've always been a hustler and I always looked at things on the bright side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The records I had, the album came out because I had to go do 6 months in Rikers Island.
Huh?
I had to go do 6 months in Rikers Island before the record came.
Well, for that thing with Def Jam?
No.
Oh, something separate.
different.
Okay.
I had CL 600 and I was speeding twice, but they checked me for alcohol, so I had 2 DWIs in 1 year.
Okay.
They touched the pedal, just zing, like truth. So look, goosebumps. So I had to sit down, and Leo was like, "Well, do you want the record to come out?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead." If I didn't say yeah, that album would never see the light of day.
Okay.
It didn't sell like it should have, but it did its numbers. And if you a tax write-off, if you don't, they made their money back, but they probably didn't make a lot more. You just a tax write-off.
Yeah. Simple as that. No,
That's why I saw Kevin Lyles. He was like, "Yo, well, even though you're not the label, we're still friends. And after all of that, we still friends." So I call him. I see him sometimes. He give me pointers.
The journey of rappers, you know, and I look at yourself, and I said, sorry, I call you an MC. Let me call you the right term as an MC.
The Godfathers.
The Godfathers. You know,
Take pictures of whack rappers and put them in my dictionary and coming out with my own Pictionary, Webster's.
Keep going.
Streetsonary, bars.
what are you pausing for?
You know what I was thinking? Bars. You know what I was thinking of just
bars.
now?
Okay.
Redman and Method Man ain't on Def Jam no more.
True. I mean, they're both independent. Yeah. And I think with this era now and technology that we've got with iTunes, Spotify, YouTube,
You don't really need a record label.
Instagram.
Like you did.
You know, I know you celebrated 100,000 followers not too
My
long ago.
page just got hacked. That's not my page no more.
What do you mean?
I hit a link for some reason,
Hey,
interested in seeing something.
what's some reason? Hey, why'd you
I was interested in seeing.
Seeing what, buddy?
They had advertised something that I was inquiring in and just wiped me out. You're no longer signed in. got me.
Got him.
Then he hit me like, yo, I don't know why I took it. I'm sorry. I said, you take that page and shove it up your ass.
So you weren't gonna pay the ransom?
Nah, my man hit him like, well, how much you want for it? 200. Go ahead. He'll jack your ass too. I got a new page now.
Yeah.
He's Keith Murray rap.
Okay, so wait, that page.
He's Keith Murray rap, not Keith Murray rap.
Oh, because if they want to find you, that means I'm following the wrong page then.
Oh, you better be careful.
So let me
You know, catfish
hold on a minute.
Yep. And I know where he at in California. We gonna find you, boy.
He's
We
Keith
gonna
Murray.
get you, boy.